What up, players? What up, players? Alex Rome here, and today I'm gonna show you how to make this boss-ass future bass drop. But I'm not actually gonna show you how to make the drop. I'm gonna show you how to make the chords in the drop, and they sound like that. Well, I'm gonna play the whole thing, but it's the chords that I'm gonna show you how to make. Sweet. So alone, the chords sound like this. So really simple. I made these in Sylenth 1, but you can make these in whatever synthesizer allows you to do a lot of different things in it, which, like most synthesizers that you pretty much spend money on, will probably be able to make this. So I'm going to initialize the preset, and I want to show you the chords that I used. They look like this. Hold on. I'm gonna put this octave up just so you could hear it. They sound like that, but that was just a single saw. I'm gonna make the saw so you can hear it a little better. So very simple. Here's the bass line. And really, I made this by ear. So here's what the bass line would sound like alone, or at least the bass notes for the bass line. And then I went ahead and this is with no music theory. This is all just by ear. A lot of people ask me how I do this, and it's whatever sounds good is good. And a kid argued with me on that before. He told me I was wrong by saying whatever sounds good is good, and that's just simply not wrong. If it sounds good, it's probably good. If somebody else thinks it sounds good, then it's probably good. And now, if you think it sounds good and everybody's telling you it doesn't, you might be wrong, but if it sounds good, it's good. This is what I don't know what I did. It takes a lot of trial and error when you're looking at, or when you're making chords, putting them together. Because what you think sounds good at first might not sound good a little later. And then you can see I went like this. And I took out the middle section here, so I really didn't need that. But the original melody that I made had that little bridge there, and then I just gotta piece together this last one, which looks like I just did a nice little octave separation. Okay, so once I was at this point, I had to shape my sound. So you can see what I did here already. Just to show you, I made this oscillator A1. Excuse me. I have like reflux. Anyway, I have a saw wave here, and I have 8 voices. Sorry, it's just, you know, your body does some things and it'll do it whenever it wants to. But I detuned it at around this. I'm fucking just laughing at myself now. So 8 voices, yeah, saw wave, blah, 1 octave high, and detuned it to this. I don't know like how you would, but whatever, just look at it, and that's what I did. And it sounds like that. Now, if I had not changed the octave, still sounds pretty dope, but that's because I am going to end up keeping one at the default area for that octave. I'm gonna do the same thing I did over here, but now it's like one oscillator is putting out sound at an octave high, and the other oscillator is putting out sound at an octave lower. So now it's just this huge sound that's just about to kill it in your track. I'm going to do the same exact thing here, only go up 1 higher, because I noticed when you had a sound with a low end and a high end, sometimes the low end shines through a little more, so you need to like kind of double up the high end. So instead of doubling up 1 octave higher, I'm going to double up, or I'm not even going to double up, I'm just going to go 1 octave higher than that. So now this sound is taking up 3 different octaves, so you can only imagine, and I'm going to put the polyphony up to 16. You can only imagine this is a huge sound. Absolutely huge. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to EQ this a little bit so it doesn't get in the way of my, my bass line. So I'm going to take her out of the sub area, which in Logic, its sub area is kind of right here. But I'm not going to go too high so that it sounds like shit. I'm going to go like right here. It's okay to have a little tiny bit of low end, not too much, because you want the sub to really shine through and do its thing. But you want this line to really be the bridge between sub bass and bass, because they are 2 different things. I think sub bass is the one you can't really have any high end to, and then the bass line is that bass sound with high end. So that's my bridge. I don't know, I'm doing this in headphones, so I do have to put some time into really correcting this 100%. But this is about what it looks like when I low cut a big sound like this. So now we gotta make this do that little glitchy thing, and what that is an arpeggiator. You click the arpeggiator, and at first sounds like this. Which sounds pretty awesome, but I want to make it sound different. So I'm going to go to mode and then chord. And then I made it stutter pretty hard, actually. So it's like that, and you have full control of how long those hits are with this gate knob. about halfway gave me what I wanted it to have. So I'm going to go to reverb now. And I shaped the reverb pretty carefully because these are such big sounds that I don't want the reverb to be the thing to make them sound stupid. So I cut the length down. And I want the little bit of low end that comes through the reverb out. Alright, so we got one last thing to do, and that is you have to shape your chords to cooperate with your drums, or else it's going to sound like shit. Because, now not all chords are going to sound bad if you don't cooperate that well. That's actually not true. Everything should really cooperate with the drums and the kick. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Shape your chords to cooperate with your drums. So I know I have a kick that kicks here, and I have a kick that kicks here, and then I have a snare that kicks in the middle of every bar. So I'm going to shape my chords just so that I can have a kick, and then my chord, and then my snare hits, and then we have a little break, then my next kick hits, and then my snare hits, and I leave a break in between here and the snare because I know I'm going to play some extra notes in the middle of that which sound like this. So that is how I shape around my drums. And one last thing, I have to shorten this guy up because I have a vocal cut that I know hits right in this area. So that's how you make that chord, guys. I think I explained everything that I wanted to explain, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed everything. See you later.